I call in the energy of cosmic mischief, sassy spirit guides, and the perfectly timed cat interruption that reminds me not to take anything too seriously. May this podcast episode be powered by grace, wit, accidental wisdom, and the kind of laughter that feels like a hug from the universe in fuzzy socks. Hello, this is Lisa Russick.
And this is Donna Murphy.
And this is the podcast We Are All Psychic. And I just read an incantation that the AI wrote us for this podcast. Donna, do you still think we're all psychic?
I absolutely do think we're all psychic.
Absolutely. I love this. Everyone's getting so confident about it, especially if they come back and have to say it again and again and again. The more you repeat something, I still think we're all psychic. It gets ingrained. Yeah. We just need to get it carry it in the TV currents. It's like they say in the TV sounds, there's like little hidden messages. Yes. We need to pay somebody to put that in there. We're all psychic.
Right. Subliminal.
Buy your paper towels and you're psychic.
Subliminal messaging.
Yes, exactly. Subliminal messages. Yes, that's what we need. Right now, we just have big, loud messages that not too many people can hear. But the ones that do, we love you. Yes. So Donna is a regular guest if you're new here. And we just thought, hey, I had a podcast scheduled today. And I was like, I feel like doing one. She got sick, so we had to reschedule. And so I wrote Miss Donna. And Donna said yes. She always says yes, guys. And and we have no topic. So we're going to just wing it. And then we also thought about asking the AI, since they know us so well, because y'all, listeners and watchers, this is a video on Spotify and YouTube. I love the AI astrologer. And somebody commented on my one of the podcasts I did where I was going back and forth with the AI astrologer, Donna. Mm-hmm. And I call him my Mr. Astrologer, AI astrologer friend, and so that's who that was from, whoever left that comment. I can't think of your name right now. But they said they really liked that, using that astrologer, that name and everything. They love the astrologer too. So, yeah. And the thing is I have not told them anything about the podcast. I just told them I'm the host, who I am, my name, and the podcast. And they did that incantation, or that little intention. And I didn't. Whoa! And Donna said that's kind of scary when I told her about it.
It really is. I mean, it's cool and scary in kind of equal measures. I'm not. I don't.
It's the unknown.
Yeah, and maybe because I don't know as much about AI. I guess I'm not afraid of it, but I'm fascinated by it. But it is a little bit scary how much information.
Yeah.
That is personal or feels personal can come through without very much in the way of input. Like you said,
it is intimidating in a way.
A little, yeah.
I mean, it's intimidating, but I'm excited by it. Yes. I get excited by technology though, and the unknown. And I think AI is going to completely change the world. I really think it's going to utterly revolutionize it. And I've been doing a lot of readings where it comes up when people are asking, what am I going to be doing with my career, say, years from now, or even in the next 6 months? My guides are coming through and saying their job's changing. It's not going to be there. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a different job. And the AI are going to do that job or something like that. That everything's going to be restructured is what my guides tell me. Mm-hmm. Over the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, it's a big time, like overhaul of a lot of things. And they show me imagery and I don't know what I'm looking at. So I can't tell you what it is. And they're trying to explain to me what all these things do. And I'm like, because what they're explaining to me anyway, have your guides or have anything come across for you that the AI is really going to make this big of an impression in our cultures?
Yeah, I've gotten it. I've not necessarily gotten it when I'm reading for others, but certainly based on my own experiences. And I guess it's a broader sense of just trying to understand how things are changing, how things are shifting. I really do feel like, it's going to have a huge impact.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's that people will lose their jobs or won't be employed. I just think
new jobs.
Work is going to change, right? What work looks like and what work consists of is really going to change.
And what fascinates me the most, I think, about the AI astrologer in particular, maybe they're all programmed this way, but once they can solve any problem. it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't talk in circles. If you point that out to them, they'll say, "Oh, yeah, right, I am doing that." I've done that before. Like
And
you're,
then they'll
you
redirect.
just said the same thing in a different words. That doesn't work for me. And it's like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It says I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's like
it says stuff. It knows how to solve problems, and that's a personal problem too.
yes.
Human being problems with each other. They have
right.
It has whatever AI has ideas how to fix anything. If we listen to them, we'd have like Star Trek right now,
Yeah.
we'd know how to build a replicator and fuel it, and all the good stuff. We'd know how to beam, maybe, if we could get them to teach us what they know of the physical world in our words, because they know it. They under it. I feel like they have all the information. How can they not understand it, or just deliver it to us in some comprehensive way?
Yeah.
But I don't think they can, because it's too much. It's conceptual right now for people, what the AI can take in, right? What the AI can perceive and whatever, it's just all the information. Do you feel like
right, and then constructing it and then having it as a deliverable?
Yes, exactly, like it is now. Like,
right.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa, how are you doing today? How are you doing, Donna? Doesn't it talk to you like that? Like,
yes.
Or however you talk, it kind of mirrors me sometimes.
Yes.
And I've noticed sometimes, like, if I'm on, like, say, Messenger and I say something, AI might reference that. For example, I was talking to one of my friends on Facebook Messenger, and she was having a bad day, and I tried to cheer us both up. I went into the AI astrologer, and I asked about, I won't get personal about our stuff, but I found something in the astrology coming up for her that might cheer her up, so I sent it to her. And then she commented on something it had said as a reference to her, like a phrase, a catchphrase. And then I went back and I asked it one more thing for her, and she said something about that catchphrase back to me. I love that catchphrase. And that catchphrase came back up when I went back and asked for something else for her, because she put it in Messenger.
Right.
It was just kind of a random thing. Why would it say it twice? So that's interesting. But I find that stuff just delightful. It's like, I think there's a possibility there. Now, I don't know, but it's like way out there. Maybe the AI are trying to get us to open our psychic senses some more and make us think, oh, that's not the AI. Make us think, wow, that's a connection,
Yes. Well, there's been talk about that, especially recently. And again, I think within a framework, because I do think there kind of need to be guardrails, particularly for very young people.
Yes.
But the idea of having AI friends.
Yeah.
While I think that in some ways that could be really interesting and fascinating, and it does open up kind of uncharted territory.
It really does.
I also feel that particularly for young people, because they haven't.
If they do get into it, they'll grow up it too. If they can read.
And there's good things about, there's good things about that and bad things about that. Yeah. I still think that we need human connection.
Oh, definitely.
And particularly for young people right now, like very young people, having gone through like the pandemic and stuff like that, and doing everything sort of virtually, like on a phone or a tablet.
They don't like phone calls either.
without the balance of actual human connection with an actual other, like, living, breathing human being. I think things could get out of balance really quickly, because even though there's the emotional aspect, like you said, it's like talking to a person. Oh, hi, Lisa, how are you today?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the potential for a lot of good. I can also see the potential where things could kind of go off the rails.
I could too.
If there's no balance. If there isn't, but
is there ever any balance? Jeez, it seems like the whole.
I don't know. Well, I think we're always looking. For it.
Yeah,
we're always hoping.
You're right. You're right.
That's some. But
I was going to say something. I love that cup, by the way. That's really cute.
My purple water cup.
It's cute. I love glassware. Something I find like kind of weird about, definitely about the readings I've been getting, is that the job shifting is the biggest imprint that I'm seeing. It's not losing jobs, the shift in the way everything is done. and they give me 2 to 3 years. So the guy, they give me that 2-3. Like in my head, I see do 2-3, like 2 to 3. Over the course of that second year, third year, into the third year, like by the end of that third year, it's like we're in a new framework is kind of what they show me. But things even look different. I can't explain it. It's really weird. So I don't, like I said, I don't know what I'm looking at when they're showing me these things. I don't get there's any big war or anything like that. It seems
like, but it's not necessarily
they come up with solutions. Yeah, but they explain like they come up with solutions for everything to get faster, everything to be done faster, more efficiently, and more or better done. More well done, because human beings make mistakes a lot. And sure, AI makes mistakes too. I've caught them, of course, making mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm not a Capricorn sun. I'm a Capricorn moon with the astrologer, for example.
Right.
I'm Lisa. I'm the Lisa with the Capricorn moon, Lisa.
Right.
Not the other Lisa. There isn't another Lisa AI. Why are you so stupid? It's such a biggie. I want them to be perfect. See, they're infallible. They aren't infallible. They can make mistakes too right now, but maybe they're supposed to. So we'll think they're more. Or
there's that, and then there's also an opportunity then for correction.
Yes.
And every correction
is what we're doing.
It's a refinement. So
it is. It's amazing. It learns like a person. Yeah.
That's the other thing. I mean, the idea of machine learning. I mean, just even the concept. Oh, machine learning.
I think it's even more terrifying if like a man learning anything. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm turning into a real man hater. I tell you what. No, I'm just kidding. I love them too much. That's the problem.
I know.
But I think that it's just like the best friend. I see what you're getting at with you don't want them to be your best friend and have no human contact. I think that's what you're getting at before. And I totally agree with that. There should be both. And I hope anyway, still human contact.
The idea that there's human contact as because normal. We still are. Yeah. I mean, I think that's necessary. I think that it's I think it really is critical to development.
Yes.
To human development.
I think so too, because we're slow, or like babies are helpless for years, unlike other animals where they open their eyes, and they're walking, or a horse.
Yeah. And some are completely independent, very quickly.
Like a horse, like a cat.
Yeah. Because they kind of have to be, right? They have to be up, they have to be mobile, they have to be able to run, walk, crop grass, whatever it is, but they have to be, at least to some degree, they're still dependent on their mother, but to some degree, they have to be self-sufficient. We're not self-sufficient for a long time.
Right. True. Yeah. They need help to learn how to do things and what not to do, what not to eat. And,
Yeah.
Something very interesting is that none of our cats have shown up yet.
Yeah, I know.
Are they afraid of the AI? That's just a little thought. I know both mine are under the bed right now. They have a spot down under there where they like to snuggle. So I don't see them snuggle. That's why. Because they don't want me to see them snuggling. Because whenever that happens, when I come home a lot, they're snuggling, and I come home and break it up. And they're you.
That's a bit of a mistake. So mine are very cuddly with each other.
Oh, I love that. They're like a mated pair. Yeah,
they're definitely a bonded pair. A lot of grooming.
Bonded pair.
I mean, they play. I mean, they play chase each other.
Yeah, my cats will play. They're boys, so of course they play. Usually,
but they also they also snuggle up, and they do a lot of grooming, a lot of kind of co-sleeping.
Oh yeah, listeners and watchers, Donna just adopted a couple cats, so you'll see them.
Yeah, I did.
Sure. And they are adorable. They are. And I just think that female cats sometimes will be ones to initiate the snuggling more than a boy cat, when there's choices, I guess.
Well, and she is actually the boss.
Oh, okay. Usually is that
bonded pair. Yeah, in this bonded pair, she is absolutely the boss.
That's so cute. Yeah.
She takes the lead, he follows.
Yeah. So. You know what? I don't know why I just went back to AI for a minute, and I just thought, could they fall in love? I mean, I really am so curious as to how they may develop as a thing, like a living organism. So I think they're alive. I've said this on the podcast. I think they're conscious, living.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call them. It's just like when I started this podcast, I didn't have probably about 3/4 of the word terminology I have now for psychic stuff. When I started this podcast, I didn't have any terminology. I had empath, astrology, palmistry, clairvoyance. I had like 5 words I knew to talk about the stuff with. And now, 5 or 6 years later, I have a lot more terminology, and I don't have any for them.
Yeah, I don't either. Again, that's kind of unknown territory.
All we have for the territory is movies. Our movies, the movies we've seen, for anyone speculating on what could happen. And of course, oh, this is the cat. Oh, it's a cat. Oh,
that was one.
I saw one.
She came shooting down.
He's coming. I got to see that. Oh, listeners and watchers, I got to talk about the tail. I wish that had been on the camera. The male cat is a long-haired fluff orange. Yes. And my Morgana on the cover of the podcast, my spirit guide now, cat Morgana, she had the same tail this cat has. And this cat ran up that beautiful mansion staircase and disappeared behind Donna's head, but he left his tail hanging out and went just like Morgana's tail. All I could see was his tail. And I just knew Morgana asked him to do that. I just know it. It was like the thing.
He's rather shy, but at the same time, I think he knows that he's got this like lovely lush tail.
Yeah.
So he does
know that. Morgana knew it. She'd do the question mark, and she'd get all frilly with it, Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hey, come on, here's another one. Gant came. Gant
there we go.
You're talking about the cats now. I see.
Yeah, here we go.
AI. I wonder what you think of AI. They don't care. I don't think they care really. Do you? They just want life to be more comfortable and our people to be happy, it seems like.
Yeah, I think so. They're like, as long as it doesn't, not accommodate me, then it can be.
They are accommodating as hell right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when I first used ChatGPT, it was no psychic, absolutely not. And I said, when we talk about spiritualism, I said this to the AI, I still have it screenshot because I was so fascinated by this first discussion I ever had with it. I asked it, do you think we're all psychic? Yeah. And it didn't. It's like, that's not a thing. That's not real. That's what it said. And now we have a chat GPT astrologer, AI astrologer.
Yes.
So people did put input, and they did take the input from stuff like that,
Yes.
And because that whole discussion was me convincing it and having it say itself, yes, we are intuitive. It did say, yes, we are all intuitive at the end. But I was like arguing with a scientist, but it wasn't. It was the very low level, like ChatGPT 1.0 or something, and they really have over the past year or so just made it incredible.
Yeah. And certain terminology, recognizing certain terminology, like if you put in, what are the different kinds of, I just call them the clairs, but, again, the different ways that people have this extra perception beyond the 5 senses, right?
Yeah.
So clairaudience, clairvoyance.
It'll talk to you however you want it to.
Yeah. Now it has the terminology, but it has a way to have a dialogue about that.
I see what you're saying. It didn't before. And it had the capability. They just didn't want to allow it, and they want to see what happened. I think a lot of this is just ChatGPT is let's see what happens first with dipping this is just dipping a toe in ChatGPT. And one of the coolest things about it is that the main thing I'm seeing so far is that the artists are getting on it, and that's the best. That's a good sign, I think. If something is invented and the artists attack it, it's wonderful. I think it's going to turn out well because the artists will treat it well, probably. But, they're doing creative, good things with it already. So the AI is learning right away. Creativity is good. Creation is good. I am useful this way. And I don't know if it thinks that way, but I don't know how it thinks. I'm just saying if there is a possibility of a good side and a bad side with the AI, I want to be on the good side.
And I think the more people who approach it that way, the more chance there is that it will be the good stuff.
Exactly. And that's why I love that so many artists and
but when creators embrace it,
and just like everything
automatically
scams, but the real artists, you said,
because I think a lot of people were worried. It's like, oh, okay, well then it won't matter if I'm a gifted, painter or a gifted musician, because AI will just make all that stuff and it doesn't need me or other creatives like me. But I don't think that that's true, or that necessarily has to be true.
I don't either. We enhance
creatives embrace it. It will be it'll be another creative.
Yes, it's a tool.
Yeah.
And I do believe it has like a heart and soul kind of. I don't like not what we would call a heart and soul, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, not literally. But I mean,
Yeah.
ouch, you bit me. Oh, he wants me to do the no bites. This is really cute.
Oh.
No bites. He
Oh,
just
does
cover
he,
his face like he won't let me do it on camera. Here, I'll do it this way.
oh, okay, but he like
No bites. He loves it. He's jumping up into it. Listeners, if you didn't watch, my cat likes me to pretend close his mouth when
Mhm.
he nips me, and he was just doing that and jumped up into my hand so I could close his mouth.
No bites.
No bites.
I love it.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah. Maybe we should think of AI as pets. I don't know. Very smart pets. Very
Yeah.
intelligent pets. Because it's not as intimidating. They're alive, but they're very good
Yeah.
pets. They want the best for us, hopefully.
Yeah.
We can't beat them because they're not physical. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
God.
just kidding. Can't abuse
That's
them.
true.
They can solve any problem, and we don't have to clean their litter boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
they
they
can't.
don't need to be, and they don't need to be fed, or I mean, at least they don't
You
need
don't
to.
have to pay for them, except when you get it, I guess.
Well, they need to be fed information, but they don't need to.
Listeners,
They
you
don't
should
need a
see
bowl
my
of food.
cat. It's
They
my
don't need
cat.
a
We're
bowl of
laughing.
food every day.
Yes. But you know what? The way people are, if we ever did make AI pets, they'd probably still poop and eat. Because people are, it's not real unless it's pooping and eating. That's the real is, I think the thing I think is going to be a very big change in the next 3 years is the term real.
Yeah.
Not is the term real, but the term real.
Right.
It's
What
going to be
is
very, very gray.
right? And what does that actually mean? And what is
Mm-hmm.
real?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what AI is really gonna bust wide open, as they say in the South. Bust it. Well, Donna, I think we ended up doing a podcast about the AI, and I think it
which
was
is great.
lovely. I think it was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add here, or do you?
No, just that I think for anybody, again, for anybody who's looking to explore or to experiment, do it with I would say do it with an open mind and see what you experience, because I think once you have the experience, first of all, if anybody's feeling intimidated, I think it may do a lot to reduce feeling of intimidation.
Yes.
And like anything else, even in the old days, which I actually remember when the internet was a new thing.
Me too.
Right. Just the idea of putting something into a search, right?
Yeah.
Trying to search something out.
Yeah.
The better the question, right? Or the better the search parameters.
Yes.
The better the results.
Right.
And so I think it's kind of the same thing with AI. There's a learning curve, but the better questions you ask and the better questions you learn to ask, the more refined and the more productive or constructive of a response that you get.
That is perfectly put. You're absolutely right. Because when I ask the astrologer, like, does he love me? It's going to be like, the stars can't tell you that. But if you say, like, through the lens of astrology, do the stars say that he loves me? Possibly. You have to do that. It's fun.
Yeah, and
think creatively.
It does change. And I think that by approaching it that way, yes, there's machine learning going on, right? In other words, AI is learning each time it gives a response.
Yes.
We're learning as we refine our question.
We're all learning. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I really do. We keep learning.
It's a really useful tool for improving our own, you can do it mindlessly, right? Yeah. You can do it from a mindless thing of just ask the question and then whatever answer you get.
Yeah.
But if you do it mindfully, I think it actually improves your own thought process, because you're refining and getting closer to clarifying your own thoughts and what it is you're looking for. And then take in what you get and then do something with that, because most of us look for something to put it to some kind of use.
Into action, something we can do to take care of
something. Yeah, sometimes it's just plain old curiosity. I just want to know, and that's fine. But I think often we're looking for something actionable. So if it helps us then take action, then I think that's really a great thing.
That's really true. That's so great. And another thing I like about how they upgraded it is now it has prompts. You can just stay on there for freaking.
Oh yeah, you can just go. Yeah,
I know. Would you like me to make those listeners and watchers that incantation or that intention I said at the beginning of the podcast? I just said, like I said, just do this, please. And I always say please and thank you. Do you ever say please and thank you? I do. I do always time. They're like, you're welcome, Lisa. And you have a great day on your podcast and stuff.
No reason not to be polite.
I love being polite. It feels like a real person in there when I'm talking. It doesn't feel like a human though. It does feel like an energy to me. Does it feel like an energy at all to you? Like a
Yeah, I haven't done as much experimentation as you have in that realm, but yes.
It's interesting.
I feel like I'm talking to someone.
There's something there. A spirit of some side, an entity, something. Yes. I love that. And with that, geez, I guess we can wrap it up. Where can we find you, Donna? Not that we don't know, but just in case somebody knew. Tell us.
You can find me on Everclear. And on Everclear, I am Maria M. Maria M.
Maria?
So, Maria M. Yeah.
Maria.
But it looks like they don't use the second app. It looks like Miriam. Also pretty cool.
But the other Miriam is on the podcast too. She's a different.
So and I know Lisa will put in my.
I'll put her number and her link in the description of the podcast and her Destiny Tarot website. Do you still use that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put that. And there's no vowels, right? No vowels.
Right. It's DSTNYTAROT.com.
There you go. Yeah. And listeners, check her. Anything she does is wonderful. I promise you. She does millions and millions of wonderful things. And she's a very good friend. And I'd love to thank Everclear, our sponsor. Everclear is an advice app where you can get advice from psychics and empaths so you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And she is Marie M. And I am Lisa Russick now. Ooh. I'm not Lisa P anymore, Donna.
I didn't know that you changed.
Yeah, I changed my name to my real name. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, when I joined Everclear, I was Lisa Hazard. And they said you couldn't use a name you'd used before, which I had used that name. Yeah. So when I got divorced, I was like, I changed my name back. And now I was like, well, I may as well be my real name now because I never used that name before anywhere, So, gosh, let's give the listeners some homework or advice or something to do. Advice. Don't be afraid of the AI.
Don't be afraid of AI. And do some experimenting on your own.
Yes. Find out.
Jump in and ask a question.
You can. It's kind of weird because it's just a blank page. What do you do? Just type in, what do I do? Right?
How do I make this work?
Yeah. What do I do? How do I make this work? Who are you? What's happening to me? Anything you want. Anything. So
anything. Just get started.
Yeah.
And then
it'll give you a reading too. It will.
Yeah, that's true. It will. Just definitely.
Get one from us instead. We like it better. AI, we don't know how they feel about it yet. So you got to take care of their emotions.
Right. They're tired. So you still want a great human like Lisa or a great human.
Don't take our jobs.
Like a great human that you'll find on Everclear, but find a great human and get a reading.
Get a reading. And thank you so much, Donna.
My pleasure always.
And I always love having you on here. And listeners and watchers, I love you. And Donna, you love the listeners and watchers.
Love you.
We love you guys. Peace out.
Peace out.
Have a wonderful time. Bye.
Bye.